this is Datila, and welcome to the TNA Post Show. As always, I'm joined by my co-host. He's a fifth rascal himself. He's the one and only Burt Maclin.
How's it going?
It's going good. How are you doing?
I'm good.
All right, today should be an awesome show. We got a new overlay, new thumbnail, and as always, if you guys want to support our channel, you can do so by super chatting. We will read your comment live on the air if you send in a super chat. So help us support us by sending in super chats. All right, Bert, let's start off with Explosion, because all my advocating, all the times I've gone up here, and I started to sound like a broken freaking record. It finally happened. We finally got 2 matches on Explosion. We had Sinner and Satan, who, by the way, are TNA's newest tag team, versus Quintero and Tortero. I have to say, another impressive showing by Sinner and Satan. You know what? I wouldn't mind Quintero and Tortero coming over to TNA. They were incredible, too. I thought this was a really great match. Great way to get more eyes on Sinner and Saint if people haven't seen what they can do. But what are your thoughts on this match?
Yeah, I thought this was the better match of the two, and I think it's a little bit of it because a little of it is because Sinner and Saint were just signed, so I think they wanted to give them a bit of a kind of like a showcase match. But yeah, this was really good, and they're really good. And yes, I can't pronounce the other team like you can, so I'm not even going to try. But yeah, I really like this match, and it was my favorite of the two on Explosion.
It's Quintero and Tortero.
Okay.
It's Spanish. And as always, we had our typical Around the Ring segment. This time was Jordynne Grace. As we've learned, she's a dog mom. So many dog parents in TNA: Eric Young, Trey Miguel, Jordynne Grace. But these are Around the Ring segments. They're interesting. We get to learn more about the wrestlers. But it's nice that now that we have two matches, that it wasn't just the only thing sustaining the single match. All right. The second match was Leon Slater versus Khan, which I thought was an interesting match. Leon Slater with the big victory over Khan. But I have to say, Khan didn't go down like a chump. It took a while for Leon Slater to get him down.
Well, as it should be booked like that. I don't think they were going to have Leon Slater go out there and squash Khan. I don't think that would be very realistic, especially at this point. But yeah, no. Big win for Slater.
Definitely, I agree, and I wonder if this is the end of their, mini feud, or if this is gonna keep going. But overall, I thought Explosion was really good. I hope they keep the 2-match format going forward. It was great to see. Happy that it's back.
Yeah, definitely, and yeah, sorry. It's finally after we've been talking about it. They utilize, and they still showed, I believe, 2 classic matches. So they've proven that they're able to give us 2 new matches every week. So I don't know what the problem was before, but I hope this wasn't a one-time thing.
Yeah, I'm really hoping it wasn't. As I've said before, Explosion is 40 minutes. They can do so much in 40 minutes. They can have like a little mini tournament. AJ Francis could defend. How you give AJ Francis a squash match, make him seem like a dominant champion. You could do that. He's a digital media champion. Well, as of today, he's not only digital media champion. We'll get into that later. But he should be defending that title every week on Explosion. I don't know what is hard. All right. Let's get into tonight's show. So tonight's show kicked off with Jordynne Grace. And we find out that the Slammiversary match is Ash by Elegance. Jordynne Grace wanted to give Ash by Elegance a match tonight, but, if that's not going to happen, it's going to happen at Slammiversary. The contract has already been signed. And Ash by Elegance will in the meantime, will be on vacation in the Bahamas. I was not a huge fan of this at all. I was not expecting Jordynne to be facing Ash by Elegance. at Slammiversary. I was really hoping for Natty. So I was surprised they went this route.
This segment was shit. I'm sorry, but I'm pretty pissed. Just because they did what we said last week we said this is how they should have done it. Maybe not this week, but it should have been a TV match if it was going to be a title match. There's nothing wrong with that. It could main event. But just for the fact that like we wanted Natty, but like if you just look at the name of the show, Slammiversary, this was to celebrate Impact. In no way, shape, or form has Ash earned the cachet to have that match. I don't understand why who think. I hope it gets changed because that should be a big match, and this isn't it. And the thing I was thinking about too is like just the gimmick has a little bit of similarities, but Ash reminds me a little bit of Giselle. But there's just in the presentation, but like Giselle wasn't having like squash matches to barely any matches. Giselle had some like very meaningful feuds, like on her way to getting a title shot from when she debuted in TNA. So like, yeah, I didn't like this at all.
I'm rather disappointed, especially because as we learned, Jordan Grace is to be doing an open challenge, I think, at this week's taping. So it's kind of like, I don't know if Natty was supposed to come through for Slammiversary, if all of us just got our hopes up that it was going to be Natty. But I was just not a huge fan of this. No offense to Ash by Elegance. I like Ash by Elegance. I have praised the Ash by Elegance character. If you guys have been watching, I have praised her. I said I like her gimmick. But that does not scream Slammiversary to me. I'm sorry. That is just a random match you can have on the Go Home show to Slammiversary, or even next week or the week after.
Yeah, no, and I like her as well. But the gimmick is starting to borderline like more comedy than like someone we should take serious as a heel. So that's why it shouldn't be at Slammiversary.
I really hope there's some type of a plot twist here. How many weeks away are we from Slammiversary?
I believe Hannafin said tonight 3 weeks from Saturday.
We have 3 weeks to rectify this situation. I don't know. Look, I always talk about how the Knockouts are the best women's division in all of North America. And we give so much credit. And like I said earlier, I praise Ash by Elegance. I like her character and stuff like that. But I just don't see this being a Slammiversary match.
At this point, all they can, because I don't see what situation they would reverse it or like make it a TV match. So all I can think of now is hopefully it's going to be a triple threat with Natty or some other big name. But if that is the match, I will be very disappointed if it's just Ash versus Jordan.
Yeah, well, we just got to wait it out and see. We'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see. But anywho, one thing that I did like about this is that this led into Masha Slamovich versus Xia Brookside. And Masha Slamovich and Jordan Grace had a little moment where they meet on the ramp and they stare at each other as Masha's holding up her Knockouts tag title. So, I wouldn't mind them revisiting Masha versus Jordan.
Do you know what I liked about this match?
What?
What do you think of it? You always talk about it. What happened in this match?
That Masha Slamovich, one half of the Knockouts tag team champions, actually won the singles.
Exactly. Sorry, yeah, exactly. Like, and it was a very good match too. Xia Brookside is very good. But yeah, finally, I can't remember the last time that happening.
Right? I actually really dug this match. I'm really liking Militia, even if it's only a temporary alliance.
Yeah, same.
So, I like the pairing. That's a pairing I didn't know I needed.
Well said.
All right. So we get First Class. And the whole point of this segment is that AJ Francis bought himself, as he put it, the International Heavyweight Wrestling Championship, which has been held by the likes of Luthez, Killer Kowalski, Mad Dog Vaughn, the Sheik, Abdullah the Butcher, and Dina Bravo. So he bought himself this title. So now he's 2-belt AJ. What were your thoughts on this segment?
Well, he won this title with money. It's just he's 2-belt Francis. This was a bet. I was coming into this kind of in a horrendous mood, but then, now I'm starting to feel better because this segment was very good. DJ Hookah was there. They had Gin and Juice complimented Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg. Rich Swann cut a very good promo. AJ Francis cut a good promo. DJ Hookah was really good. This segment was money.
Oh, I agree. It's money. Yeah. That's why they ride first class. See, unlike me, I'm poor, so I have to fly economy.
Ouch.
All right, next we get a Spitfire segment. And I feel like they're pulling the female version of ABC here. Lost Ferguson wants them to face each other before getting the rematch. Kind of similar to what ABC did.
Yeah.
So what are your thoughts on this?
It was okay. I still just am always wondering why he's like their manager or whatever he is in this group. But this should be a good match. I don't think that they're heading for a separation. I mean, I'm like heading to splitting up, but I do like this.
Me too. I don't think that there's any tension between them like there was with ABC. I think they're just trying to, make sure that they're ready to face Militia.
Yes.
All right. Next, we get Campaign Sing, and I thought this was a funny thing. I know it wasn't meant to be funny, but I thought it was so hilarious how he's like, "Oh yeah, I'm just as excited as you people," and they're all just they're booing him, and he was like, "Yeah, he's trying to hype up Ali, and they're just out there booing poor Campaign Sing." But he says a man they can follow and trust, Chicago's own Mustafa Ali. What were your thoughts on Campaign Sing's little introduction?
He is funny in this with Ali. So yeah, no, I did think this was funny.
It was. So we get the Mustafa Ali State of the Union address. If you remember, Trent Seven showed some footage of Ali saying he doesn't even live in Chicago. He doesn't care about the X Division title. And so, according to Mustafa Ali himself, that video is fake news and AI generated. And he would never lie in his great hometown of Chicago. What I really liked about this, he was like, yeah, Chicago's number one. Most of it is related to crime, but we're number one. I thought that was funny.
I didn't catch him say that, but I shouldn't laugh at that. But that is kind of funny.
And so he assaults a fan, which I'm pretty sure was a plant. I'm sure it was probably just a local indie wrestler. But, Mike Bailey comes out there, and this whole segment ends up with Mike Bailey holding the X Division title and Mustafa Ali laying down the challenge to Mike Bailey for a Slammiversary because he wants to embarrass him in his hometown. Now, as we all know, Ali has been accused of ducking Mike Bailey and saying that he's afraid of Mike Bailey, and so he wants to prove that he's not ducking Mike Bailey. What are your thoughts on Ali laying down the challenge?
I honestly could see Ali losing just because now it's in Mike Bailey's hometown. You know what I mean? But yeah, but Ali issuing the challenge, I also could see him winning just because I think he's been so dominant as a champion. I think that I don't think it's his time to lose yet.
I don't know what Ali's contract status is. Ali has been knocking it out of the park with the X Division title. And I will say this, Mustafa Ali versus Mike Bailey, match of the night. That's going to be match of the night no matter what, hands down. But if Mike Bailey loses, he wouldn't be the first wrestler to lose in his hometown.
Yeah. I personally think unless Ali's gonna use option C, I would like to see Leon Slater beat him for the champ. Just because I think that would elevate him, so much.
I agree. I think Leon Slater is only 19 years old. He's got so much potential. So much.
But I like to see him become the because I think somebody pointed out that the youngest X Division champ, I think, is Amazing Red. Right? I think somebody said that.
Yeah, Tom Hannafan said that. Amazing Red was 21, I think they said.
Okay. So, yeah, so Slater has some time, but it would be very cool to see him break that record.
It would be. So we have to wait and see. So we get a Cody Deaner promo, and he's talking about how, like, him and Jake something are back in the tag team division. That's not where I thought this was going to go. I will say that right now. And how they're going to be given an opportunity to tag titles if they win tonight. One of the things I like about this is that everybody had something to say. The Rascals were like, oh, you guys lost the last time against them. And that ABC had to fight each other to get back on the same page. Meanwhile, they've been on the same page the whole time. And correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't Chris Bay tell Trey Miguel to shut up?
Did he?
I don't know. That's what I'm asking you.
Caught that. I just remember Trey Miguel saying they're gonna raise their hand and win the match. I remember that, but then I don't remember anything else Trey Miguel said.
Yeah. So I thought this was a fun little opening segment that led into the match.
Yeah, no, when Deaner talks, I just kind of tune out. I'm sick of this character of his.
I did not think this is where this was going to go. I really thought Deaner was going to turn heel again because he was going to blame the people for getting... Because they got him in a 2-on-1 handicap match against the GYV, and they put him in all sorts of awkward, weird situations. I really thought that this was going to lead to him turning heel again. And I even thought that maybe Jake something and Cody Deaner would feud, but I guess they're throwing them back into the tag team division.
I think that they're just trying to get Deaner over as a heel and then have them lose the team for Jake something to turn on him.
I could see that. Like, you mean they get a tag team on title opportunity, whether it be against the system or ABC, and then because of Deaner they lose and Jake something turns on him?
Yeah.
I could see that. So we get the triple threat tag team match. It's ABC versus the Rascals versus Jake something and Cody Deaner. I thought this was a really great match for most of it. So it felt like it was just the Rascals versus the Deaner cousins, because ABC was kind of out of this match for like the first half of it.
No, but yes, they were. But because at one point in the match, Jake something just took over. He did this thing where I think Trey Miguel was gonna dive and to try a hurricane run, I think. And Jake something caught him in a powerbomb position, was gonna drop him, but then tried to throw him off his balance, and he almost dropped him, but then he did it and just powerbombed him still. And then Ace Austin comes out of nowhere and tries to do a handstand. And Jake something catches him almost in a suplex position, but then just throws him. It was wild.
Great showing by Jake something in this match. I'm really impressed. I don't understand why Jake something has not won gold yet. He should at least gotten a run, even if it would have been a short run, with the X Division title.
That's why I think him and Deaner are not long for as a team, just because, especially with Center and Saint in there now, they don't need any more teams. And Jake something should have been should have been a bigger deal in the singles division by now.
I agree.
Like you said.
And you know something? Them trying to stock up the men's tag team division, which I feel like doesn't need to be stocked up. Yeah, they lost Motor City Machine Guns, but they're okay on the men's side. They need more knockouts tag teams.
Yes.
You know, and unfortunately, next week I have to choose Joe Henry or Jake something as they're gonna face each other. I like both of them. I really do. But if I had to pick just one, I gotta go with Joe Henry. You know? What about you?
What was the question? I didn't hear the question.
Oh, because next week Joe Henry and Jake something are facing each other. If you could pick who would win, who would you pick?
Is this for a qualifying match?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that Joe Henry has to win.
I agree. He has to. He's so over right now. It'd be a mistake not to have him win.
I guess there could be a situation where Kazarian costs him the match if they're trying to continue that feud.
That's true. All right. So next we get a segment with the system. And one of the things is they all talk about how, like, first of all, I have to say, them holding all the gold just looks so badass.
Yeah.
Now, Moose mentions that he has a person who might be a problem. Is he talking about Nick Nemeth or is he talking about Matt Hardy?
I would assume Matt Hardy just because of that after they were talking about how they're still not done with it because Smoose was the one that pulled Rebby in front of the way. You know what I mean? So Matt Hardy could spear. So I would assume it's Matt Hardy.
Yeah, he says that JDC is going to handle that problem, and he just goes off. And at Slammiversary, they're going to show the entire world why you trust the system. You know, I would be really surprised if the system makes it out. If the entire system makes it out of Slammiversary, holding all the gold.
Yeah, I don't think that they will. I can honestly see them losing all the gold that night.
I could see, yeah. If they don't lose all of the gold, someone's gonna keep their gold. Who? Maybe Moose, maybe the tag team champions. I don't know, but I could see them losing the majority of their gold.
Because I think that will be the night ABC has their match. For and then depending on who that they booked, Alicia and Masha to face. But yeah, I definitely see Moose losing that night.
And it's an elimination match, so he has to make sure he doesn't get eliminated.
I don't know how, since we've been talking about the whole show, I don't know how. That almost makes me think that he won't lose now that I'm thinking about it. Because in that, well, it's like elimination one at a time, or is it going to go?
So.
Yeah, I could see him winning. I could see him being the only one that walks out of there as champion. Because it's not like he has to be pinned.
That's true. All right. So next we get a video package promoting the Road to Slammiversary qualifier. This time it's Steve Maclin and Sami Callihan. I gotta hand it to Impact, stepping up to the plate with their production quality. This video package was amazing.
Yeah, this is really dope.
So we get the Road to Slammiversary qualifier, the first one of the night, and it's Sami Callihan versus Steve Maclin. I thought this was a good match. My favorite spot was when Sami Callihan did the Death Valley driver off the second rope, and then a Cactus driver in 97, and Steve Maclin still kicked out.
Yeah, this was my favorite match of the night. This was awesome. Yeah, he hit two Cactus Valley. Yeah, he hit two Cactus drivers. And like it just, I don't remember the last time somebody kicked out of one, so let alone two. Yeah, this match was, they just were beating the shit out of each other. This was a fucking good match.
Oh, it definitely was. I wouldn't have mind if this main evented.
No.
So Steve Maclin is victorious, and he's going to go on to the Slammiversary 6-way elimination match, which I feel was the right choice. No disrespect to Sami Callihan. So we get Kushida versus Alan Angels. And while I did think this was a fun match, I wasn't a huge fan of this match, and I'll tell you why. This is me being biased, okay? Not that Kushida is a terrible wrestler. I like Alan Angels. I like the sound man. You know, the front man, Alan Angels. I like the sound check. And it upsets me that we don't get to see much of Alan Angels. And when we do, he loses. You know, he lost to Kushida with the Tanaka punch hoverboard lock, and he tapped out. So Kushida won by submission. So I was not a huge fan of Alan Angels. Like, I just feel like his booking has been inconsistent, and he's a great talent. He's had great matches. I don't understand why they don't showcase him enough.
Maybe it's because the only thing I could think of is just they do have a lot of heels, and he is one of them. But he's so talented. They need to find more ways to get. That's why I do like the sound check. But they need to find more. I think this was his first match in quite some time. So yeah, they need to get him on TV more.
Is it that Alan Angels has bookings outside of TNA that keep him busy, and that's why he's not part of a lot of TNA tapings? Is that it? Like, I don't understand why he's not consistently on the programming.
I believe he's champion in Prestige. I believe that's the name of the company. But yeah. But yeah, I don't know why they don't feature him more.
I mean, it's not like he's terrible. He's not. He's great. He's had really great matches. He's had great showings. It's like, hashtag book Alan Angels more.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind. I hope he gets a run with the X Division title somewhat soon.
Same. All right, next we get a video package about Matt Hardy. Again, a great video package. We find out it's going to be Matt Hardy and Rebby Sky versus the Edwards in Philadelphia. That should be an interesting match.
Yeah, I definitely see the Hardys winning, just getting their win back. It's not for any type of titles. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I see the Hardys winning.
This would be, correct me if I'm wrong, this would be the second time Eddie and Alicia team up, right?
I believe. What? I'm not sure of the number. Have it only been once?
I know since I've been watching TNA, the first time was against Frankie Kazarian and Tracy Brooks. I don't know if they tag team prior to that. So if they lose here, they're 0-2 as a couple.
Damn.
Yeah. All right. So then we get the Rich Swann and Nick Nemeth video package. Again, another incredible video. TNA stepping up their production quality. Really fantastic videos. I hope they continue to do these types of video packages.
Yeah, after this, I wanted Rich Swann to win the whole thing. Just because, his promo and you know, I do think that his first world title run was a little underwhelming, and I do want to see him. I've always wanted to see him win the title again. But yeah, this was really good shit.
So the main event ended up being the Road to Slammiversary qualifier, Rich Swann versus Nick Nemeth. I thought this was a good match. I really liked AJ Francis got caught in 4K. He's like trying to cheap shot Nick Nemeth, and the ref turns around and he's just like, and he got ejected.
I like how Ray Walt was just pointing out how, you know, just a little time for a drink, you know, during the match. Hannah Finn didn't seem to understand that, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Also, just real quick, I think Nemeth might have one of, if not the best, the entrance songs in wrestling. So good. But no, this match, this was my second favorite match. Like I said, Maclin versus Callihan was my favorite, but this was really good stuff. It just kind of, I think, reminded people why Rich Swann should be taken more seriously and respected as a main eventer. He like worked his way up there and deserved that spot.
I agree. I kind of thought that Rich Swann was going to win this, even though First Class got ejected, because I kind of thought that the system would cost Nick Nemeth the opportunity here.
Yeah, but I think it was always Nemeth was always going to win.
Yeah, but this is a great match. So good show. Good overall. I thought it was a really great show. What were your thoughts on tonight's show?
Yeah, as we go to like, so obviously there's 3 shows after today, before Slammiversary. Just the road to it is very good. I don't know if we have any matches announced. I know we have the 6-person elimination match, and then Jordan now versus Ash. But yeah, as we get closer, I think this is going to be one of the best shows TNA puts on for the year.
The road to Slammiversary is starting to shape up, and I cannot wait. I'm really excited. This was a great show. I'm enjoying the build to Slammiversary.
Yes.
All right. You got anything to say as we get ready to wrap up?
No, just continue to watch us, and then obviously continue to watch TNA.
Yeah, so as you guys know, help support our channel, support our show by sending in super chats. We can read your comments on the air. It'll help us out big time. But thank you guys all so much for watching and for the continued support. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. Make sure you hit that bell so you get notified whenever we go live or whenever BodySlam goes live. And we will see you guys next week. Bye.